We know there are many choices in internet radio, and the staff and host of LA Talk Live would like to thank you for choosing the internet's hottest destination for the most eclectic sound and invigorating talk. This is LA Talk Live. We are more than just talk.
The Van Eric Rock Show! Yes! Are you ready? Once again, this is Van Eric. I'm your host, Van Eric of the Van Eric Rock Show. As you can see, I got a full house today. Full house. I got my main man back, the original Gary Chop McGrath, my main man. He was my, co-host, the original co-host. He's back with his band, and I'm gonna let him take over and let him introduce everybody. You know what I mean? Like he never left at all. Yeah, so how you doing there, Gary?
I am doing swell. How about you?
I'm great, man. I am so happy and overjoyed to see you back in the house.
Oh, yeah.
It's been a long time.
It's been a long time. I took a few months to go play trains, and now I'm back.
There you go. Exactly. That's good to have you back, man. So without further ado, introduce the rest of the people in here. Let them have a voice, too.
All right, well, everyone here, collectively, we are a new band called Lydia's Libido, and my name's Gary. For those who didn't catch that, Gary. It's Gary, if you didn't catch that.
What was that?
Gary.
Thank you.
Yeah. And over here, to my charming and delightful, it is Samantha. Samantha? Yes.
Newark.
I've met you once before. Once or twice.
In passing.
Giggity. Who are you?
I be Dean.
You be Dean?
I be Dean.
You be Dean.
With the big D.
Right, we gotta get that mic over there.
No, have them use that one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, let them slide over there and get that. You can pull the whole thing over there.
Should I state my name?
Yeah, state your name.
My
An
name
occupation.
is Sean Yeager. I'm the bass player.
Yeager. That's a good one. It's a hunter with a really cool booze.
Yes.
And last but not least,
I'm Andy Weaver. I'm a drummer.
All right, the drummer.
Yeah.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Happens.
Cool.
Yeah.
Outstanding. So, where should I start off? So you said this is a new band of yours.
New band.
And how long you been together?
How long did it take to drive here?
Oh, okay.
48
48
hours.
hours?
Something like that.
And that's new.
Yeah, real.
We're brand new.
We're brand freaking new.
We're fresh off the
Brand
printer.
Mm-hmm.
I still got my glasses on.
I see that.
I'm under warranty.
Okay, cool.
I
And
go
the music, the type of music you playing is
Naughty.
Naughty rock. Naughty rock.
cheeky.
Naughty.
Little cheeky naughty rock.
Okay, cool. So what we're gonna do is, without further ado, I'm gonna start off with track number 1.
All right, this is the current single. We just did a music video for this last night where we got to tie up and blindfold this lovely lady here and watch her roll around. It was fantastic.
AJ.
Wow.
She's a girl with desperate expectations. She's a girl with a miracle stare. She's a girl with deep daddy issues. She's a girl who
All right. That was cool, man.
That was cool. You like that?
I like that. I like
you
that.
like that?
Yeah, I'm feeling that. I'm feeling
is
that.
Is it naughty for you?
There's
Yeah,
some
nah.
sexy stuff on that record.
That's some good stuff.
And that's you on the vocals, huh?
It is.
Yeah, cool. So as gentlemen as we are, ladies first. So what made you want to start singing?
I saw a wee Scottish child singing, and she was a star when I was a little kid, and I absolutely had an epiphany. At 7 years old, I was, oh my God, that's what I want to do for the rest of my life. And
okay.
6 months later, I had my own little act, and I was singing at like old people's homes and
Okay.
fairs and
Okay.
all kinds of things. So yeah,
Cool,
it started
cool.
very, very young.
Any old folks' homes at the fairs?
I was too young to remember, to be honest.
Okay.
But
okay.
probably.
It's always good to give old folks, fried ice cream and fried Snickers. It keeps them regular.
It keeps them regular.
Regular.
I was singing at the opening of an envelope, basically anywhere they would have me, because I loved
Awesome.
it so much. Yeah.
So what? Any particular type of music do you like?
I grew up singing big band music, and I used to sing with like 18-piece orchestras when I was a kid. So I loved that. That was a great start for me. But I cannot pick a genre. I love so many different kinds of music, and I think most
Okay.
musicians are
I
like
like that,
that. You know,
yeah.
if it's good music, you want it in your world.
Okay.
But this project is rock, and I love it, and I'm so excited to be
Okay.
fronting the band. Yeah.
Cool. So so this like the first rock band you've been a part of?
No, I mean I've had my own solo stuff on and off for a long time, but I've never gone this aggressive kind of rock before. It's been pop rock,
Okay.
a little tamer, so
okay.
it's fun to do
Not
more
by
edgy
subject,
stuff.
but by sound.
By
Right.
sound. Okay. Yeah.
So I
'cause
do write some naughty lyrics. So.
Okay.
You don't write naughty lyrics. You write good lyrics.
There you go. Yeah, because I was gonna say, Gary has that type of influence,
I know. He does.
He could bring
Bartender,
the best
roofie colada for my date.
Yeah. I mean, he
Oh
brings
my
the best out of you and things that you never thought you had.
Exactly.
Apparently so. And I can do it in my sleep, apparently.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Outstanding.
Hi, Vivian.
Yeah. And everybody else you talked to yesterday.
Yeah.
Well, I know Vivian's watching, so hi, Vivian.
All right.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, and then before I forget, that's right. That phone number is 323-247-7443. Give us a call, if you got anything for the band,
We'll answer anything about our except what our shoe size is.
There you go.
That's private.
And the gentleman here sitting with this hat look like the fisherman hat there, the golfers or whatever. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. I'm doing wonderful.
Good.
I'm doing the show.
You doing the show? Exactly. And when did you start your musical career?
Oh, I guess back in the 50s. I started when I was about 5 years old, and started my first band at 10 years old, and it's been all fun from there. And I'm still at it.
There you go. And any influences? Who was your influencer?
Initially, I would say I was into some of the early rock and roll. Then I got really pushed into the British invasion during the early 60s. That was a big push for me.
Mm-hmm.
Then I got seriously into soul music and R&B, and I just started shifting from anything I liked. I just sort of gravitated to for a while, and I tried to start to blend things.
Okay.
Then I got back into a little bit more of the hard rock stuff. So as all the different styles of music changed over the years, I just kind of, put on a different shirt each time.
Okay.
Kept up.
Okay.
So you did your laundry.
Did your line.
Did it, or at least threw it away and got a new one.
See, ladies, he knows how to do laundry.
You know how to do laundry. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So the bands in the '60s, like what bands that grew to your attention?
Well, I mean, I started with bands like Chuck Berry, Buddy Holly, The Big Bopper, so forth and so on there. And then I started moving into the British invasion, obviously the Beatles,
Right.
the Stones, but I also like the other British bands, the Dave Clark Five, the Kinks.
Yeah.
So I went through that entire thing, and of course the Cream, loved Hendrix. Then everything just kind of grew through there. But one particular thing for me is I'm a New Yorker, and a local band back then in the 60s was the Young Rascals.
Yeah. Yes.
And they actually played at my school, one of the school dances. And this is
isn't that
after
cool?
they were already, on the charts.
Okay.
But Felix Cavalieri was the keyboard player, and he had a Hammond B3. and I'd never had one before. I fell in love with it, and it was my obsession ever since.
Ever since, huh?
Yep, still got one too.
There you go. There you go. Outstanding. Outstanding. And over there, the bass player.
Well, we got bass.
That bass.
The
Hello.
low end
Hey,
man.
It's the low end.
Hello.
There you go. There you go. So, when did you start? When did you find out that that instrument or this music was your passion?
I started in 6th grade. I started to play guitar because my teacher, Mr. Roller, played guitar, and I thought it was cool. And so on Fridays, if you had all your work done during the week, the second half of Friday was free day, and he would give guitar lessons, or you could do other stuff. And so I took the guitar lessons, and once I got past learning chords, the first song that I learned to play was Jeremiah Was a Bullfrog. Which
Was a
Dean
good
knows
friend.
about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a good friend of mine.
So he hasn't heard that from
Had
me
some
yet. He
mighty
just heard that
fine
now.
wine.
Yeah.
So, anyways, yeah. So that's where I learned, and I took off from there, man. I got in my first band in junior high, and we were the intermission band for the Battle of the Bands for high school and college age people.
Okay.
And we just played like 2 songs while they were setting up. That was my first gig, and I didn't switch to bass playing till I got out of high school, and then I kind of got into the whole bass thing, and I just took my guitars, threw them underneath the bed, and
Okay.
just played bass for like last 20 years, except for when I play acoustic for my daughter.
Oh, isn't
back
that
her
that's
up.
nice?
But
That's nice.
other than that, I love bass. So
So, what made you get into the upright bass? That's the correct word for it.
yeah, double bass or upright bass, sure,
Yeah.
whatever you want to call it, it's like a fiddle or a violin, whatever,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, just doing the acoustic, playing acoustic, and you're always playing the electric, and I thought, hey, that'd be kind of cool to get one of those, and so
I thought you just could put some Viagra in a cello.
maybe I don't know if that's cheaper or not. Though. Viagra's kind of expensive, isn't it? I don't know.
Yeah, there you go.
I love that Viagra's kind of expensive.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm sorry, that was Cialis.
So it's safe to say that your teacher was your biggest influence.
Yeah, my 6th grade teacher was my biggest to start, and and then just after that, just got in. My first band that I really loved was Led Zeppelin.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Got
you gotta
into
love the
Jimmy
lead.
Page, man. He might
Yeah.
be a little bit sloppy, but man, he's got tons of feel
Tons of
and
stuff.
soul, and oh my gosh.
Yeah, he made me wanna buy a Les Paul. Just because of the way he played.
Yeah,
and
no
stuff,
doubt.
And again, last but not least, you got the man over here, the drummer.
Yes.
Got the camera guy. He's a camera guy.
I'm our own camera crew here.
Yeah, okay. So when did you start playing the drums, and or was that the first instrument that you?
No.
Jumped on.
In 6th grade, somebody they handed me a trumpet, and I said I wanted to be a drummer, and everybody kept saying, "Nah, you play a real instrument," and I went, "Really?" So I spent the rest of my life saying, "Nuh-uh, I'm playing drums."
Right. Okay.
Went all the way through it. Went through junior high and high school playing trumpet and drums, and then by the time I got into college, I realized when I went to college, nobody knew I knew how to play trumpet, or
okay.
it didn't matter anymore.
Right.
So I just no, I'm a drummer. So I went and I got my percussion degree and all that stuff, and then I started playing. What was it, like 15, 16 years ago with you?
Yeah. something
Back
like
in
that.
Dallas.
Yeah.
And and
Before
then-
we knew how to shave, yeah.
Yeah.
Aha.
Yeah, long time ago, and
His hair was short.
it was once. I mean, once.
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 Just once. You tried it once, so you could.
If you cut his hair, it takes away his strength.
Yeah.
Oh,
or
okay.
something
Because
like
I gotta
that.
say now you can you can take that off your bucket list.
Absolutely.
Because you did it once.
I did it once.
Yeah,
And as long as I have it, I'm gonna keep it.
There you go.
I'd
Outstanding.
rather it turn gray than turn loose. But
Okay.
whatever.
There you go. Outstanding. So we're gonna play another track from you, and then whenever you wanna go up there and play live, let's let me know. Okay.
We
So
can do that.
we can do that.
We can do that.
All right. So
I think.
track number 2, and what's track number 2?
Track number 2 is appropriately titled "I'll Lick You."
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. La la la.
Right on.
You
it down. You lost your hold on me. Peel your fingers from my sleeve. Heard it before this old top speech. You lost your grip, you're out of reach. Codependent narcissist, drama queen, you won't be missed. Stay there in the mind, just a Hollywood vampire. Here we go around again. Cold-blooded, heartless wanker. Where's she at so I can thank her?
Oh, yes, indeedy. Well, we're going to come on back because I think we have a caller on the line. So what I'm going to do, man, I'm just going ahead and cut the music off right here and see who we have on the line. Caller, what's your name and where you calling from?
Hey there, my name is Redbeard. I'm the host of LA Rocks TV. I just wanted to call and congratulate Gary and Samantha. I'm looking forward to the taping my show tomorrow. Wanted to tell you I love your show. And I can't wait to see him, and congratulations.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. And I appreciate that. This is reality radio for your listening pleasure. And, they over there, they jamming. And we're going to let them continue on doing so. So thank you for calling. Anything else you want to say?
No problem, brother.
Well, you have
No, just that I'm having a great time listening to your show, and I'm going to be a continued listener.
Thank you very much, and I'm going to do the same with yours. You have a great day. Thanks for calling. All right. Well, Dad, you see that you already got somebody loving y'all. Yeah, so, it's all good.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yes, so,
Does everything sound balanced where you are when we were playing?
Yeah, yes, I was just, because that mic over here catches everything, so it sounds like a little echo in the background, but that's all right, that's okay. So, just take it away, Chops.
Are we on? Can everybody see us?
I'll tell you in a minute. Yeah, we're going to, yes, you can. Everybody can see you.
Everybody can see us?
Yes.
Hi. All right. Let's do it. Let's do Hollywood Vampire.
Okay. Here we go around again. Same thing it's always been. Unpaid bills, your life in squalor. I'd ask why, but hell, why bother? Stench of loser in the air. God, get me out of here. Standing on my own 2 feet. I got this addiction beat. Codependent narcissist. Drama queen, you won't be missed. Stay there in the mud, just a Hollywood vampire. I'm not your maid, I'm not your mother. Find someone to be your lover. Nothing new, just like the others. How much more do I have to suffer? I'm out, I'm gone, no more shame. I'm not designed to play your game. You said it all, I'm out, goodbye. Out of sight, out of mind. Codependent narcissist. Drama queen, you won't be missed. Stay there in the mud, just a Hollywood vampire. Break it down. You lost your hold on me. Peel your fingers from my sleeve. Heard it before this old top speech. You lost your grip, you're out of reach. she at so I can't thank her? Codependent narcissist, drama queen, you won't be missed. Stay there in the mud, just a Hollywood vampire.
Woo! All right, thank you. There you go. Outstanding, outstanding. Wow. And who wrote that?
We all did.
Y'all did. There you go. Well, would you want to do another one? What's the how you? Well, let's do another one. You know, one more time, and then we'll come back.
Very, very softly.
I know. So go ahead. Go ahead. Whatever y'all want to play.
You're streaming live to Japan right now.
All right.
Yeah.
We will see you.
In January?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're going to
Next year.
They're going to Japan in July. So.
Oh, really? Where? To Billboard Live?
Where? Billboard Live or
The Live?
Osaka?
That's so crazy.
Actually, it's going to be a Clear Channel tour, and we're going to be doing Osaka, Tokyo, Okinawa, and then doing the U.S. military tours directly.
Did you hear that? They'll be coming to Osaka, yo.
There you go.
Where's the
Outstanding.
venue at? Do you know where the venue will be at in Osaka?
No, not yet. We'll know that in the next
I'll let
few
you know
weeks.
when they come, sweetheart, so you can greet them when they get there, okay?
That you heard it on the Van Eric Rock Show. Yes, indeed.
You want to do single? You want to do release? Let's do release me. See if we can remember from last time.
I know, right?
This is the first cut you played, but this is a little more interesting
different
version.
Different. Okay. Yeah. Get a little naughty. Get a little naughty.
All right. We can get naughty.
Get naughty. Get a little naughty.
Yeah. She's a girl with desperate expectations. She's a girl with a lyrical stare. She's a girl with deep daddy issues. She's a girl who just don't care. What you gonna do? Who you gonna be? What you gonna do? Who you gonna be? I don't care as long as you release me. I can't be held by your labels. I'm gonna break free of these restraints. You can't lay me down on your altar. I'm not somebody's She's a girl with flowers in her hair. She's a girl who's just one of the guys. She's a girl on a private mission. All she needs is her own life. What you gonna do? Who you gonna be? What you gonna do? Who you gonna be? I don't care as long as you release me. I can't be held by your labels. I'm gonna break free of these restraints. You can't lay me down on your altar. I'm not somebody's Be a good girl and never make a scene. Speak only when spoken to. Don't embarrass your father or me. Be a good girl and never make a scene. Speak only when spoken to. Don't embarrass your father or me.
What you gonna be? What you gonna do? What you gonna be? What you gonna do? What you gonna be? What you gonna do? What you gonna be? I'm gonna do what I do and just be me.
All right, there you go. Outstanding. That was fantastic, guys. I'm telling you, y'all got chemistry.
Thank you.
You got a lot of chemistry. Y'all fit. So what we're gonna do? I'm gonna play some more songs from that CD, and then we're gonna bring you back to the table because I have no Vanquish in the green room. You know, they got some things they want to say as well, and all that. And let's just do that. This is track number 4. So
we'll talk about it when we come back.
We'll talk about it when we come back. You're listening to the Van Eric Rock Show. I'm your host, Van Eric, and we're on LA Talk Live, where we're more than just talk. We shall return. All good things will resume. So check out this tune by my favorite man, Gary, and his band. All right?
Hey, sailor lost at sea, think you can come and rescue me? You're drowning in emotional debt. Baby, I'm the best you'll never get. In distress, I am not. Come on, baby, try to make me hot. Standing there, hands in pocket. You and I supposed to be handling rockets. Hey, baby, I'm the best
salty, but not bad.
Not bad.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I thought you meant the song.
Caught him.
See?
Caught him.
Caught me. Oh no.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. That was cool. Now, what's the name of that track?
That song is called "Kiss My Pink Starfish."
Oh, isn't that special?
It's we have a song called "Release Me," a song called "I'll Lick You," and a song called "I'll Kiss My Pink Starfish."
What happened all of a sudden? Okay, well, I didn't hear anything in my headphones. But anyway, that was cool, man.
So again, the name of the band is Lydia's Libido. We are playing tonight at the Park Bar and Grill in Burbank. So if you are in the greater Los Angeles area, we have something for you to do at 10 o'clock.
Okay.
On Burbank Boulevard, the Park Bar and Grill.
Okay, and you have the address?
No, but if they
The
go
Park
to lydiaslibido.com.
Oh, it's just Google.
Yeah.
Google it.
Google it.
We're
Yelp
on
it.
Facebook as well.
Yeah, we're on Facebook like everybody else.
Okay.
So get your weed eater and find us, Lydia's Libido Band at Facebook. Libido.
Lydiaslibido.com has
Libido.
links to all of our.
Yeah, and our real website has links to everything.
And what made you come up with that song, that title, Libido?
This gets deep here. Go ahead, Gary.
Right, this is Gary's
Come on now, Chops.
All right. Well, there was this chick. And no. Lydia's Libido came about from
Go ahead now.
There's two different places. I'll go with the safe bet on this one. The Muppets.
Okay.
The first season of the Muppets, Kermit the Frog introduced Lydia the Tattooed Lady, originally written by Groucho Marx. And on this thing, he used the song to describe her body and what you could learn from her tattoos. And it was great for 1969. Now it's highly inappropriate. So we figured, let Kermit lead the way.
Isn't it something how you can find the something certain off of a children's show?
Yeah.
Well, what do you expect from a frog with a man's hand up its ass?
I know, what I mean? Exactly.
And that video is still available, by the way.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Google it on YouTube.
Kermit and a proctologist. This might hurt. I doubt it.
Exactly. I miss you, Gary. I really do, man. You know what I'm saying?
I've been getting that a lot lately.
Yeah, this dawned on me as to how amusing you can be. When it comes to
You should see me when I sleep.
Stuff like that.
Yeah, especially with no sleep.
You should see me when I sleep.
Oh, okay. Oh, cool. And during when Steve was in the house, you were saying you're going to be touring overseas.
Yes.
That's great, man.
Yeah, next summer we are going out doing a UK tour, and all that's being finalized. So you'll stay tuned. You'll get all the details, all the venues, all the lineups with that.
Cool.
And this spring we are going to be going to Japan. And before all that, at New Year's Eve, we're going to be doing a really cool New Year's Eve party. And more than likely, we're going to try and get a second record out for that.
Cool. I also
Try.
And
It might not be a full record. It might be another EP, but we're going to do something.
do
for
something,
that.
huh? And did I hear correctly? You're doing something with the military.
Yes, we're going to do a U.S. military tour in Japan as well, and go over there and entertain the troops for about 2 weeks. And it should be a lot of fun. Samantha's looking forward to it.
Oh, they're gonna love Samantha. They're gonna love her. I mean, wear them pigtails, and you definitely,
I know, right?
you
Something
definitely,
about the
yeah.
pigtails.
They're gonna love you over there. You get
But
a
we've
chance.
been this whole weekend. We've kind of taken Los Angeles by force. We did a photo shoot today with Moses Sparks. We're doing 2 music videos while we're here. Of course, we're here, and we've had a wonderful time. And I think we need to tell Xanthia hello.
Xanthia.
Hi,
We
Xanthia.
love Xanthia.
Okay, there
She
you
has
go.
been our saving grace.
Yes.
Amazing.
And doing so many wonderful things to help us stay energized
Yes.
during this whirlwind.
We're all running on like 4 hours sleep. But it's phenomenal.
Outstanding. That's great, man. That's really great. So, any last remarks? Because I can say, got one more band to come on in. You're welcome to stick around and
Come out to the park tonight in Burbank if you're in the greater Los Angeles
Absolutely.
area. 10 o'clock. Park in Burbank. We'll have a lot of fun.
Cool, you heard it.
That's my
And
my
if
statement.
there are any Jeb and the Holograms fans out there, I will sign something for you if you'd like.
Just something.
Any
Huh?
Yeah, does he know why?
No,
I don't think he knows why.
No, let me in. Keep me in the loop.
Ooh, we got a secret for you. She
Yes.
has an alter ego
Yes.
in pop culture.
Okay.
Yes, I'm the voice of Jem from the cartoon series Jem and the Holograms.
Okay.
Which was it's just crossed over into pop culture madness, and there are lots of fans out there that love the show. So hello, Jem and the Holograms fans out there.
Can you give us a little taste?
It's showtime, Synergy.
Okay, outstanding.
We're not worthy. We're not
Outstanding. Cool. Any last shout outs, everybody? Anybody want to shout out? Any last words before?
Hi, Mom.
Yeah.
Hi, kids and wife.
That was important.
That was
There
that
we
was.
go.
Hi, his kids and wife.
Exactly, because as I understand, happy wife, happy life.
Yes.
So you better make sure you include her. You know, don't go home. She be like standing at the door, like, you didn't mention me while you was on the air. What's wrong with you? Anybody else before we
I'm
call?
just gonna say thanks to LA for being cool. This is the first time I've been here, man.
Oh,
Everybody's been real awesome.
We popped his Los Angeles chair.
Totally digging SoCal right now. It's
Okay,
awesome.
cool, man. And where you from?
Yeah, I even got to go to
Laguna.
Laguna Beach. Laguna, that one, where all the TV shows were and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And where you from? Where you originally from?
Dallas.
Yo, Dallas.
Yeah, well, Fort Worth.
Okay.
Dallas is just closed.
Same shit. Okay.
Same shit. Only.
So you're a Cowboy fan?
Not really.
Not really. Not many of them are. Now you're one of the few that will say that. I guess
It's because he's 1,500 miles away.
Oh,
Yes.
that's what it
Well,
is.
but it's on the internet, so no.
No.
Cool.
100 miles. Oh Lord, we're driving back on.
So the music that we were listening to, if somebody wants to get a hold of that, how do they get that?
Go to lydiaslibido.com and there's links to iTunes, CD Universe, Yahoo Music, everything you can imagine. All the links are there. So lydiaslibido.com. Yeah, we have our own store. We have T-shirts and stickers and posters and if someone wants to bid enough, we sell Dean by the hour.
Ah, okay. You hear that, ladies?
And he's really dog friendly too.
And he's very dog friendly.
Yes, very
he's pet
dog
friendly.
Okay, cool.
And housebroken.
And housebroken?
Yes.
Hey,
Okay.
I do it on the paper.
There you go. On the,
I've read that.
On the paper.
It's in his bio.
There
It's
you
in
go.
his bio.
Well, we're gonna close out with track number 5, and that title is
What's track 5?
Track 5. They're numbered. I see it. Actually, go to track 6.
Track 6 would be okay.
And we're going to dedicate this one to her sister.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
There we go.
All right, then you heard it from thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for coming in today. And we're gonna close out with this, and we'll be right back.
All right.
Don't look outside, don't live for them. It'll rot your mind from within. Don't drink the water from the hands. It'll rob you blind. It'll never end. shallow. You hold the card. You hate the taste of candy, but you like apple teenies. You sleep with all the lights on, got your mirrors on the ceiling. Girls raise your glass and kiss my ass. I ain't your mother, so pour me another. You like TV.
yes, we back. You're listening to the Van Eric Rock Show. I'm your host, Van Eric, and in the house, we have another wonderful guest, and we have No Vanquish in the house. How y'all guys doing?
Great.
Pretty good, pretty good.
Cool. It's glad to have you guys back.
Hey, thanks for having us.
No problem. So the last time we was here, you was telling me about some of the things other than your music that you wanted to talk about.
Well, you know, No Vanquished is a themed band, and we do take on a lot of topics, whether it be Occupy or gay rights or a lot of the other things that are happening out there. We do mean to be a spirited band, so yeah.
Good. For those who may have not have caught the last time you was here, shout out your names and let everybody know who you are and what instrument that you played on for the band.
My name is John Padgett. I'm the guitarist.
I'm Jeremy Sage, and I'm the singer.
And I'm Brittany Krantz. I'm on bass.
There you go. Yeah, she's the coolest of the cool cat with the glasses. You know, I mean, mysterious.
Yeah, the coolest was Jerry, our drummer. He was too cool to be here.
Oh, that's all right. That's okay. That's right. He's here in spirit.
That's why he doesn't talk much anyway.
No problem. You gotta be quiet. Be very careful for them quiet ones. But anyway, as I'm checking out the email that you sent me, and you originally from Fulton. You're from the Fulton area?
You know, I am originally from Orange County, although I lived in the San Fernando Valley for quite a period of time as well. So Fullerton is what I used to call my hometown. So
Okay.
The band is actually based in Los Angeles, and the members are spread out in between Orange County, well, I guess formerly Orange County, and the San Fernando Valley. So I have a member in Downey, another member in Montebello. So we're really more of an LA-based band.
Okay, cool. Because like I said, I'm going through the email. Now this gentleman Peter Pendulum.
Peter's Pendulum is one of our songs.
Okay.
And we're going to have you start off with Do Not Resuscitate, and Jeremy has a little explanation for that, but I think you should go ahead and roll the song first if you want to go ahead and do that. And let's let everybody take a listen to what the songs sound like, what we sound like.
Okay, as you heard it, first on the Van Eric Rock Show.
Awesome.
Do not survive.
Oh, okay. That was hot. I like that. That was hot. You know, I ain't fast because I never was like I'm slow. I always was like had the need for speed. You know, that was definitely my pace. So Jeremy, you know, let's elaborate on this song.
Well, I mean, basically, it's written from an artist's point of view, but I think it really speaks to anybody out there who just doesn't want to go along with what the norm is, what people say. You know, I don't want to work the 9 to 5 because why should we have to? Why should we be forced to do it just because society says so? It's when we are. Sorry, I'm getting all discombobulated.
Wow. Okay.
Basically, whenever somebody goes out there and says, "Hey, I don't want to do that. This is the way I want to do things," they're spat upon, looked at as crazy, and then at the same time, the people who are spitting on them and thinking they're crazy are going off to the movies and going to see their favorite celebrities do what they wouldn't be able to do had they not shunned the conformities of society in the first place.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of an ironic thing.
I'd use the analogy of a machine. We run our society like a machine where we all need to be gears that are interchangeable, and there's no room for any individual type of personality. Anybody who's outside of the regular trained citizen, normal cog in the wheel type of deal is seen as such an outcast, and there's no real place for them in our society.
I agree with that. I see that in my travels here. And it's somewhat it irks me in a way, but I try not to let it bother me. How police here the state of California or LA has everybody so afraid to cross the street without this white. And I'm gonna say it like this: the white man signal telling them it's cool to go across the street. You know, and it seems like I seen today a couple of guys run across the street on Sepulveda and Santa Monica, but they ran across the street like they was breaking the law. Oh, let me hurry up and go across the street. And there wasn't any cars coming near them, so they had to actually had to run across, to get across fast. There was no traffic coming, but they ran across the street like, let me cross the street because I know I'm doing something I'm not supposed to be doing. I understand, and I'm a spiritual man more than, religiously, but I believe that God gave all human beings free will. So I know that crossing the street when there's traffic coming, that's not a good thing. But if there's no traffic coming, why should I have to wait for a machine to tell me that it's cool to cross the street? And if I don't do this, then I'm going to get this hefty fine for doing it. And that's just a scare tactic to me that like you said, they put on upon us.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jeremy.
I was gonna say, I was expanding on that. Just the idea that we're not capable of thinking for ourselves. We have to be told what to do here, and I mean I can understand. I understand regulations. I understand laws to an extent when it comes to protecting people from each other. When it comes to the idea of, okay, yeah, say you do run across the street and you get mowed down, that was your own fault. And having a law or some kind of regulation in place does make that a little easier to discern. But at the same time, the idea that there's not a car in sight, but yet if I walk across the street and a cop happens to see me, I'm going to get a ticket for it that's just ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
And then society is going to make some money off of you. They're going to fine you for that. The point is that most of us have basic morality ingrained in our brains from evolving as social animals. We live by this do unto others as you would have people do unto you under similar circumstances. That's a natural law. We don't need power structures to create laws which in most cases just benefit certain power structures and are not necessarily doing anything for the basic law, what I'll call God's law.
Exactly. It is something, and I see that, and I was at this train station. The train had went by me. So, and it was like 50 to 100 feet down the track.
Mm.
and I crossed over it, but the arm was still down. There was a police officer hiding behind the petition, right? So he jumps out. You come here. You come here. Come here. But 5 feet from him were a group of people who were selling food, cooked food at that. But that's all right, and I'm quite sure they don't have vendor's license or anything like that. But that's all right. But you're gonna tell me that I can't cross this train tracks, and clearly the train had already passed me. But because of this machine did not move up in the upright position to let me go by, that I'm wrong.
Well,
That don't make no sense.
They have to pick and choose and go for who is the easier violation to certainly get a quote unquote conviction on, and who is more likely to be able to pay the fine is also another thing. I mean, I've talked to cops who have flat out told me, if I see a Corvette doing 100 miles an hour and a Corolla doing 100 miles an hour, I'm pulling over the Corvette because he's going to pay the fine.
Yeah, and that's ridiculous, man. And I'm glad you're here today to touch on these subjects because, again, being from another state where we're allowed to walk across the streets at our own leisure, and it's not a big thing to the cops because they have more important things to do, and they don't want to spend a whole day in court because they gave me a ticket for walking across the street before this machine told me it's cool, it's safe to walk across.
I think it's important to question anything. That's why I'm wearing my George Carlin T-shirt today. But laws, particularly, are to be questioned. In a lot of circumstances, laws are bad morally. I'll use the examples of the Germans who hid Jews during World War II. I'll use the example of the American Railroad who hid blacks during the era of slavery. These were people who were technically criminals.
Yes.
Okay, they're acting outside of the law, but they're doing so because of a sense of morality, and it's true that often morality outweighs the law. I got out of my last jury service requirement because when they asked me, "Will you stand with the interpretations of the law according to the judge and this and that and the other?" I kind of had to pull my my morality is above that of the law. I looked at the judge and I said, if there was a no trespassing sign around the property of a building that was burning down and you were in it, I'd jump across that fence and I'd save you. And I got a big smile out of her. And I turned to the prosecuting attorney and I said, if your child was walking out in the street, I'd drive right around those little painted road lines in the road and break the law without hesitation. And I think using examples like that, or like I said, the American Railroad or the Jews in Germany, I think those are all perfectly valid examples of how the law doesn't necessarily represent morality. The law usually represents what rich people are trying to make money off of and how they're trying to control you in their society. And No Vanquish has a rebellious, very rebellious nature. And
I agree with that because it's a scare tactic. It's a scare tactic, and I see that when I'm walking. And again, I have to bring up the subject of something simple as crossing the street. I look in all directions to make sure that it's cool for me to walk across the street, and then I'll start across. And then if I'm standing on the corner with other people, they'll start, and then when they see that it's not, the light's not green, they jump back like scared rabbits.
But a part of that is the authoritarian nature of our culture. A cop who sees you do that is probably going, yeah, well, there are no cars and he's not going to get hurt. But that guy has the audacity to break the law, the given law.
In front of me at that.
Exactly. The audacity.
Exactly. Like I had to tell the officer the other day, you got the honor system with the train system and all that. You tap the certain your car to get in. So when I tapped the car right behind somebody, evidently it didn't register. So when I got off at the stop, I usually get off, and he checked. And he said, "You didn't stamp." He said, "Get over here." I said, "Hold up. First of all, I got this." I showed him the access card. I said, "My card is always legal." I said, "Matter of fact, I tapped the car. I can't help if the machine didn't register it." I said, well, if you really want to make sure that everybody pays, you should do like New York, Philadelphia, Chicago. They have booths where there's no way that you can get on the train without paying,
Yeah.
unless you just jump the turnstile like they do in New York and all that kind of stuff. But that's the only way you cannot pay if you do that. Other than that, they gotta pay. Other than that, stop harassing people about if they tap or not.
Yeah, especially hitting you up after the fact.
After the fact,
Yeah,
come
it's
on.
like, okay, that same cop could have just been standing there at the entranceway and watched people do it or not.
Exactly. So
It's
stop
not like there's
doing
no
that.
big green light or red light that goes up.
Exactly. Woo, 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 woo. You did not tap. You did not tap. You did not tap. You did not tap.
Does not comply.
Does not comply. Yeah, like-
Emergency. Will Robinson.
Yeah, exactly. Or the Fifth Element and stuff. I mean, the guns has come out. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. So it's ridiculous. You know, in California, they are so tight. They can suck a brick out this wall behind us. It seems like with a lot of this stuff. And it's ridiculous. Come on. You know, get with the program. You know what I mean? Just like with the driving test. Seems like everybody else in the United States has the computerized in their system when you take the test. Why, since LA is such a metropolis city, do they still have pencils and paper that you got to take the test on?
Boy, I honestly don't know about
That's
that one. It
crazy.
could be inefficiency and the fact that our governments are running out of money or in financial hardship, that kind of stuff. It could be there a lot of times are just controls where they want to make certain aspects of society harder to achieve just to keep people away from it.
Exactly. I'll go with the second one more than that because
Voting
if
legally?
everybody, you know, if small cities, I mean little towns in Georgia has this computerized system. If these little towns can have it, why can't a metropolis city like LA have it? It's just ridiculous.
So many people.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It don't make no sense. But
Well,
anyway,
so way to segue into the homeless conversation that I wanted to have is kind of the same way. I use this phrase often, this no stepping stone for the homeless type of theme, because I have a peeve against our society that we do not give people who are in a homeless position the opportunity, the tools that they need, the resources they need to reintegrate into society. We often stamp them back down.
Yeah.
And right now we're in a society who's so broke and has such a terrible economy that it's hard for normal people. Kids are getting out of school with degrees and honors and letters of recommendation and still aren't able to find a job.
Find
We're in
a
a
job.
bad economy.
Yeah.
So shunning the
somebody,
homeless.
Yeah, I know somebody who just graduated with a couple years ago now, graduated with a master's degree, still can't find a job because they're just not out there. Things aren't ever since the economy crashed down and the businesses realized that they could get away with, oh wait, this one person is doing the job of three and we're not doing it that much worse, so we'll just keep it that way.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
even
exactly.
now that the economy is technically starting to come around a little bit,
But
they're
still,
not taking advantage of it,
no,
and it's
no,
nothing's,
uh-uh.
it's not bouncing back.
just like the homeless vets. Whether you're a corporate company, a mid-sized company, even a small company, if you hire a vet, if they stay for a year, the government will give you a tax break. And I don't care how big, small, or medium you may be, if you are able to save like $2,000 off of this employee that you hire, I'm quite sure you'll like that at the end of the day. You know, and these are initiatives that, you know, to keep like homeless people, you know, off the streets and give them a sense of identity and some pride back in their life.
Yeah, well, I'd like to actually go a lot further. I think that I think it can be argued that a lot of people are simply transients, and that's how they choose to live their life.
Yeah,
So be
yeah.
it. It's supposed to be a free country, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I think that there's a good percentage of the people who, like I said, are simply broken down, destitute, need an opportunity. So you have to give these people some place where they can stay, even if it's a small squalor where they have a cot in just a corner of the room to make food in, a shower, for. They need an incoming phone and they need an address to list on an application. If you can't put an address and a phone number on an application, you're not getting a job. If
No.
you live in a tent by the side of the railroad tracks and you don't have a cell phone, you can't put an address, you can't put a phone number, you're not getting a job. These people also need internet access to do job search, and that's part of the video that I'm recommending that people watch. I've got a video up on YouTube called No Stepping Stone for the Homeless, and it shows an
And
example.
how long is this video?
It's an 11-minute video, and
Okay.
really, as far as the point that I'm trying to make towards the homeless and what Fullerton in particularly just did with its homeless, you can catch most of the gist of it within the first few minutes. But I let the guy go on for a while, and I
Okay.
was having fun interjecting with him because he
Well,
was
'cause we
saying a
can-
lot of things that I wanted to.
Okay.
If you can put that link up on
Yeah,
your
yeah.
site,
Yeah,
that would
what
be
I would
great.
do-
I've got
what
that
I-
in my email.
well, yeah.
I don't suggest you run it here on the program. I
Okay.
will reference it.
Okay, no
for
problem.
the audience. though.
Okay, yeah, do that then, because I was gonna play a little part of it, but now we don't have to.
You know, if we've got the time to do that, are we
Well,
running into another show, or
Well,
are we
yeah,
able to?
we may be able to play a little bit of it. We can play a little bit of it.
Okay, and I've got a
couple of
topic
minutes.
that I'd like to talk about and have a few minutes in order to set up as well. So maybe that would be a better course of action if we're running short on time and just reference the video for the listening audience.
All right, well, go ahead. Let's talk about what's important.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I I walked into a city council meeting and renounced my Fullerton hometown status. I am rather upset with them at the moment. And it's a concept that I'd like to convey that starts all the way back to World War I with a gentleman named Walter Lippmann, who was part of Woodrow Wilson's public commission on propaganda, we'll call it. That's what it really was. That's not what the commission was called, but it was meant to bring up World War I propaganda to help us enter the war. Now, this gentleman, Walter Lippmann, believed that the people in our society were what he called a bewildered herd, a rabble. They are not able to make decisions that will best suit their benefit. So we are going to create a system of propaganda where we can lead the general public into decisions that will best benefit them. Now, you can argue whether the general public is smart enough to handle their own affairs or not, and we could make a long argument out of that.
Right.
But my opinion is that this use of propaganda and what is termed by Noam Chomsky as the manufacture of consent has been used ever since World War I. In World War I, World War II eras, it might have been used a little bit more effectively or moralistically. Things were more moral, traditional. I think values were better back then. Now we have the use of manufacture of consent at levels that I don't like. So I just want to read from a prepared statement that I put together so I can give some background on this.
Yeah, go ahead.
I said that I think that everyone, at least on some level, admits to themselves that our governments, from federal and their weapons of mass destruction to our local governments, they all lie to us. I think it just hits home a little harder when it happens locally in your community. Local communities and a sense of local community is what, if anything, is going to save us in upcoming trying times, provided there are upcoming trying times. I said that it's also important to understand how governments work to achieve their goals and agendas. After conspiring wants and actions that they know the public would not condone, governments work to demonize, spread propaganda and fear, and manufacture consent to achieve their goals. And this is easily applied to the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan.
Exactly.
Weapons of mass destruction, get the public on board with this big lie, get manufactured consent, and then allow the country to do what it wants that the people wouldn't condone in the first place. So once again, I'm upset at my hometown of Fullerton, and they've used an example of this that involves the homeless, and I don't like. Fullerton, like most local, state, and federal governments, is in financial hardships. One of Fullerton's most recent problems was the scandals and lies centered around the murder of a homeless man named Kelly Thomas at the hands of 6 Fullerton police officers more than 2 years ago. Amongst other financial problems that Fullerton has, there will be an estimated $6 million in civil settlements centered around the Kelly Thomas murder.
If I may interject real quick,
please,
that we have a song about that John wrote a solidarity song with the entire movement, and was actually able to get members of Kelly's army who were supporters of the movement to get some justice for Kelly Thomas to appear on the recording as well.
And that's the title, We Are Kelly?
Yes.
We Are Kelly is one of the songs, and depending on how much time, I
was going to close out with that. Either
that or 99%. Well, we'll all juggle that around, but
we can always flip a coin.
Exactly. There you go. Good job. I am an activist, and I did get involved very early in the Kelly Thomas protests and became a part of that. I did the first Kelly Thomas memorial concert. No Vanquish played the second memorial concert.
Good.
But let me see. I just want to go on with kind of the background of this point that I wanted to make, and that is, once again, I've established that Fullerton, along with a lot of other governments, is basically in financial hardship. Fullerton currently has the opportunity. A large organized church wants to buy one of Fullerton's 2 public libraries. This happens to be a library called the Hunt Branch Library, which the Hunt organization was owned by Norton Simon. This is in essence a Norton Simon library that the city of Fullerton is going to sell, a public library. So my point is, how do you get the public to condone the sale of a public library? The library now for sale is the Hunt Branch Library. I mentioned that. For many years, there's been a small homeless population, about 8 to 12 people, camping around the library and adjacent park and railroad grounds. I have a junior high school friend, as well as a former bandmate, that had to spend time at this camp but managed to escape it. Fullerton's police department, along with the city of Anaheim, persuaded other local people to use these grounds until that population reached around 80 people. This became a very big homeless camp.
So basically, you're actually saying that Fullerton drove them to the camp.
Fullerton coerced people from other places in Fullerton where they were using as homeless camps.
Dwelling.
As well as there was a large park in Anaheim where Anaheim kicked out all of their homeless. So Orange County just likes to kick their homeless from one place to another. They think that's solving the problem or something.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, after they had created this large camp, they used police state-style tactics to harass and arrest as many in the camp as possible. They then created a mainstream media scare based on the number of arrests made at the camp. Locals who were already unhappy with this large homeless community, it wasn't long before they were in city council meetings screaming, and fences were put up, and a guard was hired to help the employees get in and out of the library around these homeless scourge people. And finally, the library was temporarily closed. Get it out of the public eye, make it ready for sale.
Wow. Do me a favor. Can you pull your mic down just a little bit out your face? There you go.
Sure.
We want everybody to see your face.
So the worst part is, after manufacturing the consent they wanted, the city of Fullerton gave their homeless population a 2-day notice of eviction. They decided to jump on the bandwagon and just kick them out.
Wow.
So after they've created this manufacture of consent, closed the library, now they're just going to kick the homeless out. They handed out a little pamphlet of options that they had promoted in the mainstream media to cover their asses, but a quick look at the disclaimer, which reads, "A listing in this directory does not constitute an endorsement or a certification of a program's services." Well, that should tell you that the level of the city's responsibility for grievances incurred through these programs would be nil.
Exactly.
So
I want you to look over here, but while I'm doing this with the other hand, don't pay attention to this. It's the Wizard of Oz. Don't pay attention to the man behind the curtain. He's not really there. He's just there, but he has no real reason there. Pay attention to this hologram. This is what I want you to do.
So I could blow this out of proportion and I could say, you know, if regular people did not have Fourth Amendment rights, like the homeless don't have any Fourth Amendment privileges because they have to park either on private land that is not owned by them or public land. So an officer does not need any search warrant or any justification. He can roll that person and they can persecute that section of the population and then create a lot of hype off of a lot of arrests. Well, you know, the neighborhood in Fullerton that I have friends and family in, I was there over 4th of July. There are people firing off mortar class fireworks. 30 years ago, it was the site of one of the biggest drug busts, the biggest drug bust west of the Mississippi. If you just used pretexts like people's parties when they're drunk and people screaming at each other and domestic violences kick down their front door, you've got a book this thick. You could make a long list of arrests for various drug, weapons, charges. The book's this thick, they can say your washing machine is too close to your hot water heater and write you a citation. That's technically arrest. Then they can run to the mainstream media and say, look at the whole neighborhood in West Fullerton is a scourge and they're bad people. And then they could build a big fence between East and West Fullerton, and then they could sell the large organized church the entire neighborhood. Now that's blowing things a little bit out of proportion, and that's a little bit hard for the higher ups to get. But it really pisses me off that they use those tactics on the homeless, people who are needy, people who are in search of a job. And like I said, I would ask you to go up and watch this video that I shot at the homeless eviction called No Stepping Stone for the Homeless. You'll see a guy who's just simply screaming for the opportunity to get a job, to get back into society. And he makes a list of viable arguments about how the city of Fullerton in every way possible has just tried to kick him down and make that impossible for him.
Well, as I see, the time has come upon us where we have to close the show. So any last arguments, any last statements that you want to get out before we call it the end?
Well, I don't know. I created a paragraph in my little spiel here where I simply said that homelessness is not a crime. It's a growing problem directly related to joblessness and our failing economy. If you look up the definition of homeless in Merriam-Webster's dictionary, you'll find no negative connotation for the word. As George Carlin pointed out, it takes the thought of a bigoted asshole to add a negative connotation. A large portion of these people are transients in search of work, and they're not bad people. I said that I used to go into this camp alone, late at night, without fear, unarmed, in the middle of the dark, and these people would treat me like somebody who gave a fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
They'd offer me things. Hey, John, you want some water? Some of them would look into the local neighborhood and they'd say, you know, I see a lot of people over there doing home improvements. I wish I could get in on some of that work.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not, you know, a lot of times they attach homeless to, like you said, negative, you know, because they some type of drug related reason and all that. But when they have these brush fires and a person's home is burnt down and they don't have the right type of insurance so that they can get another home, and they out in the streets and now they're homeless.
But they're the rich homeless, so that's okay because they can then go to a hotel.
And they can do all the prescription drugs and alcohol, and they can have all the firearms in their private property, and nobody is going to be able to get a Fourth Amendment search warrant to break them down and create. You can arrest next to anybody if you want to.
Yeah. So it's
persecution.
It's really sad. It's really sad. I got pulled over, and I'm gonna use this scenario street where I got pulled over in Culver City while driving black. You know, I didn't, you know, I wasn't playing my music loud. He said because I had a 98 Ford Expedition that had the dual exhaust, so and it had that. It wasn't like really loud, it was that. But I've heard Harleys that sound louder than that. So they pulled me over, and I did not give them permission to search my car.
Good.
Yeah, anything like that. They just thought, you know, and it was two police officers. One was going through my car. The other one was asking. He asked me, "What kind of work do you do?" I said, "I'm a property manager." And then 5 minutes later, how can you afford this car? What kind of work do? You can afford this car? I said, "Excuse me, officer. I just told you I'm a property manager.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I can afford a car." You know, it's just sad.
Yeah, I was driving through Oklahoma once, and I actually had hair at the time, and it was had about shoulder length hair, and I was actually moving. I was moving from New Jersey out to California, and I had the shoulder length hair. I had a full beard, and I had the wraparound sunglasses because it was the middle of August, and I was driving through Oklahoma.
Yeah.
And the cop pulls me over, and you could just see it in his eyes. Drug bust. I'm getting a drug bust. And I know for a fact that that's what he was looking for. Now, I was not wise enough at the time, or it might have saved me, but I was not wise enough at the time to deny him the right to search. But so I said, yeah, go ahead, search it, because I knew I didn't have anything in there. And he's searching for my car for drugs or whatever. And there were a couple violations that I'm not going to go into, but there were a couple violations that he actually could have gotten me on that he didn't, which just solidifies that he saw long hair, big beard. Oh, he's got drugs.
Exactly. This like the generation of today. You know, the men and women, the young men and women, they express themselves with the tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
Tattoos on a person's body doesn't indicate that they are negative people. That's just the way they express themselves. When Elvis Presley used to gyrate his hips, they used to say that was obscene at one time. That how dare you watch this guy gyrate his hips and dance that way? So why would you think that because of a person tattoo makes them a negative person? That's crazy. But we can go on and on and on and on.
Oh, there's a lot of stereotyping. There's a lot of bigotry, and a lot of times it's used for racial motivation and other, and it's I'm white, but I'm a long hair. So I deal with this a fair amount myself, and I get this same line of questioning. Okay, if you're in your car, they'll ask you if you can search. If you deny them the ability to search, then they have probable cause because they think that you're hiding something.
Yeah.
If they catch you on the street, and I've had this happen in scary places like North Hollywood around the Rampart guys, or the North Hollywood, I like to call them the Testicle Task Force, because this is the way their line of questioning goes. They walk up to you and they say, little birdie said that somebody around here has some weapons, or somebody around here has some drugs. Do you have any drugs? To which I immediately reply, no. To which it's a line of questioning. They immediately respond to that by saying, so if I search you right now,
exactly.
Next thing you know, I got my hands laced behind my neck, and I've got an officer of the law, another man that I don't want rummaging through my genitals.
Yeah.
Rummaging through my genitals.
Yes.
It's not real cool. I call it a police fucking state.
Exactly. And with that, I'll choose 99%. We're gonna close out with that.
99% is a song that's dedicated to the Occupy movement. I did some time with LA Occupy. I was at the LA Occupy shutdown party, and I also was in a very small chapter, Orange County Occupy.
And with that, let everybody know how they can get in contact with you, No Vanquish, and your music.
NoVanquished.com is the best place to start.
Cool. Any last remarks from the rest of you guys?
Yeah, basically all the stuff we've been talking about. If there's something out there that pisses you off, chances are we're going to have a song about it. So come on out and check us out and rage along with us.
What about you, young lady? Anything?
Well, just try to be that person that you wish everybody else could be.
Okay. Well put. With that, you've been listening to the Van Eric Rock Show. I'm your host, Van Eric. Thank you for listening, and see you next week. We're going to have another great show.